standard house fire, more often than not, the death that happens at your standard house fire is a result of smoke inhalation before the flames ever get to somebody. So there's somebody right now who could be hospitalized of his own doing tonight.
Well, it's shocking. We saw that guy jump over the car and basically fall into the burning car. And it's amazing we haven't heard any serious injuries yet. Have you seen firefighters?
I'm sorry, Tamara, can you repeat that?
Yeah, have you seen any firefighters down there yet? Deal with this?
No, I saw those firefighters earlier. They were keeping them relatively close to the burning cars we saw a couple of hours ago, and as I mentioned, they would bring them in near the end of the fire, they would put them out. But you know what? Those firefighters were scared. They were worried.
And are you scared, Bob?
For exactly that reason.
No.
Out of control. And I don't know if you just heard that explosion behind me and the cheer that resulted from it, but it's for that reason. The firefighters are worried about the unpredictability of the crowd, and so they, for now, seem to be well away from this area here, and the police are content to let them do that. Because firefighters, you have to keep in mind, when they get to the scene here, they're dragging hoses, right? And so that's right through the crowd. People are tripping up. It's dangerous work for them, and what's the upside? When people are going to be this stupid, why would they bother going in and putting their own lives at risk?
Yeah.
The officers that we see standing over here with the shields, they're not moving right now.
No, and Rob, obviously, I'm guessing that was the tank that exploded and, the big cheer. Is there a chance the building could catch on fire from what you see?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It's hard to tell, right? And basically right underneath the awning of that roof. So in theory, if those flames grow large enough, the Hudson Bay building here at the corner of Seymour and Georgia could be on fire. We know the inventory, we know the history of this building, but nobody's moving into this point to douse those flames. You see another explosion right now. I don't know what's causing that, frankly, Tamara. You would think it's a gas tank, but I would assume it would be a much larger explosion if that were the case. They sound like they're pops of headlights or they're pops of fire extinguishers or windows, but it's definitely dangerous here, and it's getting to the point where you would think the police would have to move in soon if this crowd doesn't disperse.
Well, if there's gasoline in that car, you would think that it eventually has to...
Well, that's what's fueling the fire, for sure. That's what's keeping it going, but I don't think it's good. We're going to see a single explosion. They're just going to burn up the frame at this point.
Rob, do you think you could ask Jazz, our photographer, to do a 180, to just give us a view of what it looks like from your point?
Yeah, Jazz, they're looking for basically if we do a 360 all the way around, they can get an appreciation of where we are, what we're doing. So he's going to pop it up. And you see the crowd and the yahoos that we're going to obviously attract when we do that. Well, we're right at the corner of Seymour and Georgia. Police officers lined up across Georgia. Everybody tied into really a one-block radius who are into the trouble. The rest on the periphery taking photographs. And we're waiting to see how the scene will unfold at this particular location. And frankly, from here, I have no idea what's going on in the rest of the city. Do you know if we're seeing this in other parts of the city right now?
Well, we've been seeing pockets of activity throughout, not too far from where you are, Rob, and we're going to get everybody caught up to date on that coverage from various locations. But thank you. Very disturbing, very incredible pictures and images from